has given us a subject. Stay with us and pray with us. Worst Christmas ever. Worst Christmas ever. This time of year, credit cards too, but Christmas cards. Credit cards do travel too, but Christmas cards move to and fro and mailed here and there with the first nativity scene, a beautiful scene. The Virgin Mary offering a halo around her head, and her husband Joseph, many times with a staff in his hand, standing and beholding the beautiful baby boy nestled in soft straw in a manger. Shepherds looking over their shoulder, beholding the miracle with awe and joy on their face. By the time the day comes, some people are so tired they can't even hardly eat Christmas dinner. They just observe others and long for the time that bedtime calls. And we pumped our children up to think that if they don't get everything that they could possibly want, it's not a good Christmas. And we made them think that Santa Claus can do more than Jesus can. All because we have to try in our minds to recreate this perfect Christmas. Well, the reality is the first Christmas could be looked at as the worst Christmas ever. There's stress. There's a lot of stress going on. Imagine, if you will, just 6 months before Christmas, you and your spouse are talking about divorce. Just 6 months before Christmas, you were engaged in a conversation about whether this thing gonna work or not. Imagine, if you will, that you already are poor. You already are struggling, and you open the mail, and then there's a bill from Greenville County saying your taxes are due. The bill from your insurance company saying your homeowners and car insurance are due. You already are poor, living in the ghetto, living in Section 8, living on assisted living. And now you have taxes to pay. You know, they were on their way to Bethlehem, the Bible says, to be registered for a census. The reason they were taking a census was so they know how much to charge you for taxes. Imagine, if you will, that you descended from a very aristocratical family, but now nobody else even comes out of the comfort of their own room and says, you can't have my room, but the least I can do is help bring this child into the world. Now he has to deliver this baby, and while he could build a manger because he's a carpenter, he knows nothing about delivering a baby. That's why you look at it, you could say the worst Christmas ever. You think yours have been bad. You stress yourself out trying to make yours so perfect. So why is it we celebrate this Christmas? Well, the answer is in verse 7. That in spite of all of the obstacles in their way, in spite of being poor, in spite of going through some marital stress, in spite of not having a place to lay their head, in spite of being put out there in basically a barn with a trough, the Bible says that she brought forth, that she came through anyhow. What I want you to understand, that it ain't about all the stuff we make it about. It's all about one thing. That through all the hell that went forward, he still came anyhow. The reason we can celebrate, and don't worry about having the so-called perfect family, there is none. Stop worrying about having the perfect gifts, there are none. Stop worrying about making everything just right, it won't be. But there's one thing that we can gather around and celebrate. The fact is that through it all, that he still came. Because there's some people in here that can identify with Mary and Joseph right now. Things ain't all peachy at home right now. financial stress is a problem right now. Somebody pregnant and not married right now. Somebody stressed out right now. Somebody wondering how am I going to pay all of these bills right now. How can I focus about celebrating in the midst of all of this trouble? Well, I come to tell you the reason you still can celebrate is that he came anyhow. The Bible says she bought forth. That means there was a struggle there. She pushed forth. She bought forth. The Bible says that the time came that she should be delivered. Isn't that something? The Bible said that she's bringing the baby in the world, but the Bible said the time came that she should be delivered. The reason that the Bible says that is because Mary understood that in order for her to be delivered, she had to deliver him.